everyone, it's the Hungry Curator, and today we're making banana bread. So thanks for joining me. First, we're going to start with peeling these really ripe bananas and then mashing them. And I feel like my family's beige flag is that we always buy bananas, but then we can't get through them in time. So we just have like a bunch of semi-sweet rotting bananas always in our house. So this is going to take care of that issue. Okay, so I'm just going to mash all these bananas up, and I had some bananas that were frozen. That's something else that my family usually does, is that we make those little silver dollars of sliced bananas and then we put them in the freezer for a rainy day. And this is actually like kind of a blah day, so it's the perfect cooking weather. So I'm actually gonna start with my wet ingredients since I started with the mashing of the bananas. So I'm going to put in 4 eggs since I'm going to be doubling my recipe. One thing I didn't realize is that a lot of people don't know how to crack an egg with one hand. I did it in a cooking class. It's actually a chocolate chip cookie class that you can take in San Francisco with my friend Brennan. And I did this and everybody was very impressed with it. I've just learned how to do it on the fly because I've always been running around with one hand. I actually kind of have a love-hate relationship with eggs. For some reason, I really dislike the texture of them, but I feel like they're also crucial for baking. I actually only really like baking because I get to smell the vanilla extracts. We're going to measure in 4 teaspoons of our vanilla extracts, and I just can't get enough of this. When I die and go to heaven, I want to be swimming in this. So whenever you're baking, you need some sort of fat, and some recipes call for butter, but this one happens to use vegetable oil, so I'm going to put in half a cup of vegetable oil. And what I do is kind of measure this out and look down, see, it's actually perfect. I don't know how I did this, but I like to see if it's level, and it is. So we're going to put that in. I got these super cute ceramic measuring cups, and after I started using them, I'll never go back. They're super cute. They have the measuring unit inside of them, and they come in the cups and also the tablespoons. I do live in fear of maybe ruining them one day because they are breakable, but otherwise I love using these. This recipe is unique in that we're using Greek non-fat yogurt from Trader Joe's. This you could measure in the wet or the dry measuring cups. I think that I'll try for the dry. I'm going to put in half a cup of this, and I just opened it. It is so creamy and lovely to use. Just level that off. I'm all about taking the lazy way out when it comes to my meal prep. So we're just beating this in one bowl, and we're just using a fork to do that. So we're taking, again, the banana, the vegetable oil, the Greek yogurt, and the vanilla, and we're just beating that to a nice consistency. And this is what it's starting to look like. But you know, whenever you're baking, this is the part that gets messy. Those dry ingredients have a mind of their own. There's a couple of different ways people sift, but I just use this. So I put it in and then sift, and it looks like snow coming down on my wet ingredients. People always ask, is it necessary to sift your dry ingredients? I personally like to do so. I know some bakers also like to sift their dry ingredients twice altogether. Next, I'm going to do 1 cup of sugar. Let's put that in on the top of the sifted flour. This recipe also calls for brown sugar, so I'll put that in. One of the most important aspects of baking and cooking for that matter is making sure that you're using the right amount of salt. So let's put that in. We're gonna put in the salt, and that just brightens all the flavors, whether you're baking or cooking. This is such an important nutrient. Okay, there goes the salt. All right, and then we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and that's going to obviously make our baked goodies rise. And now the fun part, we're gonna stir this all up and then pour it into our baking pans. You can use a muffin pan, but I'm going to be using 2 loaf pans. So as you're stirring, it's really important to scrape the sides of the bowl and then also make sure that you're getting to the very bottom, stirring everything up because we are incorporating our dry and our wet ingredients. Time to pour some of our batter, which is looking very nice, into our 2 greased sheets. So here's the first. The second, I'm actually going to turn into chocolate chip banana bread. So I'll save half the batter for that. I'm stirring this up. Ooh, and I can smell the chocolate chips. Oh my God, this is gonna be so delicious. I love the flavor combination of chocolate and banana, and this is going to be so good. It smells so heavenly. Okay, we got our first one in. So we can put this into the oven, and then I'm going to take the next one and use semi-sweet Toll House chocolate chips, which are my favorite. These are the minis. I'm gonna put that in the rest of the batter. And as you can see, I'm just going to sprinkle a light dusting of the chocolate chips on top, just so it looks great for our presentation. All right, we have our 2 beautiful loaves, and we're gonna pop them in the oven for an hour at 350 degrees. All right, time to lick the bowl clean. Just kidding. And then we need to do all our dishes. So I will be back with you in 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour has gone by and I just took the banana breads out of the oven. So again, we had the chocolate and the plain, and these smell so heavenly. I cannot wait to try and see how we did. All right, so our bread is out of the oven and I feel like it's cooled down enough that I can handle the pans. So that is our plain banana bread, and then let's see, this is our chocolate chip banana bread. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye everyone. Gotta taste test.